Okay, here we go with another review. This one is going to be a double review because I don't see the point in doing two reviews for something that is two figures that are exactly the same except for their heads. We're going to go with Hardhead and Quake. And here they are. We got Chasm and Hardhead. Honestly, they're the same damn thing except for their heads. I have to admit, they did a damn good job with Hardhead. He was a lot better than the Universe version, which was a SWAT tank. No, I don't have it, so you can't expect me to put it out there. But it's one of those ones that I've looked up a couple of times. Hardhead actually was in the series finale of Transformers, the two-part series finale, and he was in the Headmaster's Japanese series. Chasm, I don't even remember him actually being in anything, but he was a Target Master, so he probably was in both the Headmaster series as well as the series finale. And I'm sure they were both in the comic books, but I didn't read a lot of the Transformer comic books. I was actually more into X-Men, Star Wars, the real Ghostbusters, and comic books like that. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about doing this. I think I will start with Quake. Quake, this version of Quake, honestly, I have to say, he looks a hell of a lot better than his G1 counterpart. That stupid Target Master was horrible. Barely any articulation. The best part about it was he had two transforming guns. Let's take a look at what he can do. Just both of them have the same amount of articulation. Their cannons both go up. You can pop them up so that they can swivel from side to side. See, they're both exactly the same. I do not like the placement of the gun right here. And if you pop the gun off, I'm only going to do this with one, you can twist it around, pop this back, and the Titan Master will sit in that, and you can put it on a base. When I say base, I mean actual bases, because that was the big thing with Titan's Return. Everything that was a Voyager class or higher could turn into a base. Now we'll pop out this, open up the canopy, and pull out the little guy. Here is Chasm. Now, the really messed up part is Chasm is where I came up with the idea for the one character in the short story, the fan fiction I've written for the main character, who actually doesn't have a name up until later on, but he was once Chasm. Unfortunately, his body was destroyed when certain things happened. As you can see, there's his head. Looks pretty good. Got red eyes on it. Everything else. Now, we'll get out, set him down right there, and get out his alternate versions. This is, damn, why can't I remember? Furos. Horrible name for him, but it makes sense. And he looks pretty much exactly the same as the other guy, except for he's got face paint details. See, he's actually got blue eyes and a yellow face, where the other one, nothing. Just nothing. They're almost exactly the same until you transform them into their head modes, and this looks like G1 G1 Hardhead. This one looks like, well, kinda looks like G1 Quake. Now, to show you what I was talking about earlier, pop this off on this one, turn the gun, pop that down, and little dude sits right in there. But switch the gun. I really wish that they had done a little bit more with the redeco on these guys, because Quake is just the exact same thing. But honestly, I like Quake, and in some ways I like him better than Hardhead, who, though he looks just like his original version, he's... God, what the hell was Hasbro thinking in those days? Anyways, let's get them transformed. I'll start with our good friend Hardhead. Okay. Pop that loose. Yeah, you just pop the legs apart and then that clip comes off. Down, down, shoulder up. I love these. You just pull, push down, and there you go. Flip out the hands. I don't like, though you can take the gun off the shoulder, I don't really like doing it. I'll do it on this one, because he was more likely to be holding it like that. And Chasm I'll leave with the shoulder gun still attached. And, okay, he's got it. I'll only be doing the one part, the part where they're doing this. Okay, get you out of the way. Alright. Pop that up. Legs out. Move down. Pop the feet out. Flip that up. In, bring this up so you can actually see what's going on here. Push that down, pop that up, pull it off, pull the leg, pull these down, and flip out the hands. The gun in his hand. Sure that's actually in place, and make sure his head is actually in place. Get in that hole. Okay, and there they are, both looking the way that you can pose them. That gun is just way too big. I mean, there we go. They're getting in each other's way. Get out of the way. There we go. Now, I like keeping the cannon up on the shoulder, but it doesn't look too bad with Hardhead having it in his hand. Hardhead just looks better with the cannon over the shoulder, and so does Quake. Okay, now we'll show the articulation. As when take mode, the cannon will flip back and stick straight up. His arm has that goes up that much, has full circular. The shoulders bend that much. You can actually get them to bend both ways to an extent because of the transformation joint, which will lock it up. Unfortunately, well, he does have swivels on his hands. Unfortunately, that's pretty much his whole wrist thing. No waist swivel. Leg can go forward that much. Back that much because this thing blocks the way on that side. He gets a lot further on the other side because he doesn't have the thing in his way, so you can pretty much get him a pretty good thing. His thigh swivel, knee, 90 degrees, and just the little thing right there, which doesn't do any good. Okay, honestly, I like these guys. I like them both. Chasm, way better than his G1 version. Hardhead looks almost exactly like his G1 version, just missing a gun. And looks so much like the cartoon version, both Headmasters and the American version of the Headmaster series, which was a grand total of 2 episodes. God, I hated that. Thank you, government, for screwing over our cartoon viewing. I like these two. They're actually really good. I'm hoping that they will eventually get to doing these guys again. Quake should be in Siege as a target master type character. Hardhead, well, I think that's pretty much we're going to see the last of him for a while. I hope you guys liked the review. Enjoy!